I'm going to get into some examples soon, but before I do, I actually want to get in our TARDIS, our time machine, and travel back to the early 1950s to understand how the concepts of machine learning were first developed, and hopefully to understand a bit more about what it is. So in the early 1950s, this diagram on the left, or this photo on the left, shows the EDSA-C computer, which was the height of technology. It looks a little bit like a DMS-10 to me, but it is less advanced. This computer was designed for one purpose, to play tic-tac-toe. Now, the problem with tic-tac-toe is that when I play with my 7-year-old daughter, it's a game so simple that it's quite hard to let her win without making it obvious. Right? There's not a lot of complexity here. So this is an example of a game that did not require machine learning. This is, in fact, what they call an expert system, a problem where you take an expert, i.e. any human being who's ever played tic-tac-toe, and it can tell the computer what the rules are. It can give the computer strategies for how to play. A computer programmer says, do this, do that, and it can play well. Okay? So that's tic-tac-toe. That is not machine learning. But if we fast forward just a few years to 1959, there's a guy named Arthur Samuel working at IBM who becomes a pioneer in machine learning. And apparently computer scientists just love playing games, so he created a computer to play checkers, which is a little bit harder. So he taught the computer the rules and gave it some basic strategies, and then he tried playing against his machine, but what he found was that he won every time. And he's like, okay, this is not going to work. I want the computer to be good at this game. How can I do that? So he did not have the benefits that we have today of like massive amounts of processing power and memory to kind of analyze all the possible future combinations of a move and figure out what the best result was. He had to do something simple and something in a fairly limited amount of space and processing power. So what he did was he programmed his computer so that every time it made a move, it recorded the setup of the board and which move it made. That's all. And then at the end of the game, he recorded whether he won the game. So over time, he had the computer play against itself hundreds of times, and over time, the computer built up a database saying, in this scenario, if I play this move, do I tend to win or do I tend to lose? Very simple. That's basically what machine learning is about, is building up data and then gaining insights from it. So he had the computer do this, and it played against itself a few hundred times, and he once again tried to compete against his machine. And this time he lost. Big breakthrough, right? That's exciting. So he thought, okay, if I keep losing against the computer, I need a better checkers player. So amazingly, he went out and found the 4th best checkers player in the whole country. Personally, I didn't know you could be the 4th best checkers player in the country. I didn't know there were tournaments, but apparently there are, and he got one of the best players in the country to play against his computer. And perhaps not surprisingly, given that I'm telling you this story, the computer won. So in just a few short years, using machine learning, we got a computer that was really good at checkers. And of course, in later years, the computer power advanced and the science advanced. And I can remember in 1997 when Garry Kasparov lost to IBM's Deep Blue computer. And as recently as last year, AI machines conquered the final frontier. Apparently, the most complex game that we play is the Chinese game Go. And last year, Google had a computer named AlphaGo that beat the world champion Go player. As an interesting aside, do you know who can beat the most advanced AI computer? It's actually an advanced AI computer combined with a human. And that's where augmented intelligence from our title comes in. Augmented intelligence is the greatest form of intelligence. Computer plus human together gets better results.